Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are. Um, Welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. This is a podcast all about knitting and spinning and dyeing of yarn, all of which I do from my home outside of Lima, Ohio, where I live with my handsome, handsome husband, Randy, his handsome father, Ron's kitty cat, Tommy, our kitty cat, Purdy, and last but certainly not least, my little puppy, Gingersnap. She's not a puppy, but you know. Let's see, today is April 1st, 2020, and this is episode 204. You can find me online on Ravelry as Napier's Knits and as Naturally Kim's Knitting. Napier's Knits is my personal one. Naturally Kim's Knitting is our podcast group one. Then you can find me on Instagram as knittin_Kim, which I've not been checking in there as much recently. I see if there's a new notification, but I just really not been into Instagram as much lately. I don't know why. I know, I'll go back to it. You can also find me on YouTube, Blogger, and WordPress as Naturally Kim's Knitting. Now, I said good morning, afternoon, evening because I usually tape this in the morning, but it's already almost 1 o'clock. So, you know. I did not sleep well night before last, and I decided this morning I was going to try to stay in bed as long as I could. I listened to some things on my podcasts and things like that, but I got up around 9 o'clock, and I've just kind of been, you know, goofing around. Anyways, we have some knit-alongs that have just finished, or craft-alongs, and then we have some that are just beginning because I usually record on Tuesday. See, I'm late with everything. But yesterday was the 31st, and I knew I'd be drawing for prizes today, so I thought I'm just going to, I'll just do the drawing in the podcast tomorrow. So, our March finished object craft-along is now closed, and the winners can choose between a $10 gift card from KnitPicks or Amazon, or a giftable pattern up to $10 value. Sorry, my husband's home for lunch, and I'm not used to having that. Okay, you can post your, I'm sorry. Yeah. I forgot what I was talking about. I got distracted. Just a moment. Sorry, my husband was going to take the dog for a walk, which meant a lot of noise, so you know. Anyways, so we have winners for the finished object craft along, and these 4 people need to get in contact with me on by leaving me a message on Ravelry. Maybe I should have waited longer to film. Looney Camper, Asterid, I Now Hour, and Try Linda. Which Try Linda, I have your address. I have your yarn. I thought I mailed it, and I didn't. It will be in the mail no later than this weekend. I am so sorry. This is from earlier. Knit along. So Looney Camper, Asterid, I Now Hour, and Try Linda, please get in contact with me. Tell me if you want $10 KnitPicks, $10 Amazon, or a giftable pattern up to $10. I'll get those right out to you. Okay, then we just finished up our Myla's Knit Corner knit along, and I would like to announce that Fiona, you get to choose any one of Myla's Knit Corner patterns, and I will send them to you. She also has an Etsy store, and she has a Facebook link, so, you know. So, yeah, that's the winners. Now I can talk about the new ones. The April finished object one is now open, and all you have to do for that is take a picture of a finished object, post it on the Ravelry under the right thread, and if there's a pattern name, please put the pattern name. Otherwise, and then you'll be eligible for one of the prizes at the end of the month. Then I decided there are so many people that are having free patterns on Ravelry. Some of them end today, but some of them continue on. I decided to have a 2-month craft along, kind of to go with, I hope, well, at least through the end of May. Hopefully we'll all be out and about by that time, but just in case, you know, this will give you something to do. So, find one free pattern on Ravelry, which there are a lot of them right now because so many people are trying to help people out that are stuck at home with COVID-19. Sorry, my camera is backward, or makes my image backwards, and my scarf is kind of messed up. Okay, within, let's see, this will end June 1st. I may end up having to pause this again. Maybe not. Oh, he turned the light off. Just a moment. My husband doesn't know my routine when I film, so he turned the dining room light off, which normally isn't an issue, but you know, when I'm filming, I need all the light I can get. Okay, so there are a lot of people on Ravelry that have free patterns. To do this, all you need to do is pick one of these free patterns, any free pattern on Ravelry. And you have until June 1st to finish this. Finish as many as you want. Put them in, I get up and I look what I do. Put them in the correct thread, which is the any free pattern on Ravelry craft along, and put your name of the pattern and the picture of your finished object, and you'll be eligible. It'll basically be the same prizes as what I do for, oh no, it was going to just be a giftable pattern on Ravelry up to $10, because we're doing free, so I might as well gift you one. So just, yeah. Then on my show notes, I put some links of some patterns. Now, I give up. If some of them do end today, but if you're interested, you can just go down and then click on the links, and other than under my YouTube, it won't show. I can put the names of them, but you'll have to paste or cut and paste. Now with all of these knit along, craft alongs that I have going on, you can also post your entries under the show notes on Blogger, WordPress, Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm sorry if this just seems wonker job, it's because it is. Okay, get past all those free patterns. Oh, now comes for, now it's time for what's on my needles. So, I bring over my projects, and I brought over the ink pen that I use to mark my progress too. Okay, so these are my socks that I'm making. This is from some of the West Yorkshire Spinners yarn, and it is purple. I don't know why it keeps showing it blue, but it is purple. And I just picked, I have a pattern, a stitch dictionary, I have several of them, and I just picked one, and it was written for flat, and I made it into a circular. I will be posting this as a pattern when I get done. I meant to tell you, all of my patterns are free until the end of May, so go ahead and find some that you like. And so that that one I have gotten just a little bit of the cuff going, started on it, and this one I just made it past the heel. So, ta-da! Boy, I had a glimpse of purple there. It is not blue, it is purple. Because if you know me, I love purples. If you don't know me, I love purples. So those are my socks. Thank you, Fiona, for the yarn. This was some of the yarn that she sent, and she told me I could keep some. Of course, she knew I'd keep the purple. Then, oh, these are going to be fun. It'll probably be a tangled mess because I went to pull some of the yarn out yesterday. I like to thread the knitting from a ball or something. I pull out so much yarn, and that's how much I'm going to knit on that. And I didn't make it that far on them. Anyways, this one, they're both, this one is ready for me to start the ribbing at the top. So I've got it all the way done. This is mermaid stripes. Isn't that pretty? And this one, I did get started on the ribbing. I was back in bed, and so I just got started on the ribbing. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay. Because, oh, no, I did one heel one way, the other heel the other. And I did them both the same. It's just the other was dark. So, yay! Those are my soup kitchen socks. I will hopefully get those done and start another pair by next week. Hopefully. Then, the piece de la resistance. I'm ready for another skein of yarn on that. My sweater, my Shakespeare in Love by Carol Sunday. I'm on the neckline, which I love this because you continue. I'm sorry, I'm talking soft. Don't know why I'm talking soft. I'm onto the neckline. And what I love about the neckline is it just continues on with the pattern that you've been working on. That looks a little bit, I don't know why it looked that way. Anyways, that was the back. This is the front. And yes, the back is supposed to be longer than the front because it's one of those scoop down ones. I don't know what you call them, where the back is longer. So I'm looking forward to, I know what's next is the sleeves, which sleeves are always irritating for me because they seem to take forever, even though they shouldn't because they're not as big as a sweater, but that's okay. I love the sweater. I can't wait to wear it. I will wear it when I get it done. I don't care what the temperature is outside. I will wear it. I may be hot in here, but I don't think so. This is a very cool house, which it's a cool house and it's a cool house. Anyways, oh, I should show you. Yes, that was where I left off last week. So I got all this done, including the joining of the shoulders and the continuing on with the neckline. I am so thrilled with that. It's Knit Picks Wool of the Andes. The colorway is red, in case you couldn't tell. See, I didn't go with purple. I decided I needed to do a different color, and somebody commented that red looked good on me. And so I thought, okay. And I started it right before Valentine's Day, I think. It might have been Valentine's Day weekend. So, then all I got done this week was one lonely little chemo cap. And this is purple too. It's taking my purples and making them look blue. Anyways, so I got one little chemo cap done. So that will go with my piles. Somehow I got a long string here. I'll need to trim that off. It was kind of tucked in, but I do not have another one started this week because I decided to take some of my hand spun and try to make a nice cowl out of it. I can't bring it over because really I should have it on longer needles, and I'm afraid just moving it from where it is to over here, I would lose dozens of stitches. And I'm afraid that might be too difficult to pick up. I don't mind picking up a few, but when I lose many, it gets frustrating. So I will show that to you when I get it done too. That's actually my exercise ball project right now. So I work on it when I'm on it, as long as I don't lose too many stitches and get frustrated. Okay, now, since I got that done, I have a little pile back there that my husband will take down to the basement, and he puts them in a container down there so that come November or December, we send those off to the organization. I don't have the name off the top of my head because I wasn't going to talk about that right now. So, let me ask you, how are you guys? I hope that you aren't getting real frustrated, but I know being trapped inside can put your nerves on end and can make you a little frustrated. Now, my husband, of course, he goes, since he's an essential job, he doesn't go up to his work, which is a 45-minute drive and back, but there is a empty store right down the road here that hasn't, I guess we still own it, or his store still owns it. but they only use it for the bakery right now or something like that. Anyway, so so he goes down there and he does his work, and he said, I asked him the other day, I said, so are you able to keep social distancing? Is there anybody else in there with you? And he goes, well, the people in the bakery are. He goes, but I'm on the clear other end of the store. I said, oh, okay. Then I don't have to worry about that too much. But so he gets out every day. My father-in-law, he got his staple out last week from when he fell the week before. And other than that, he goes to the grocery with Randy every week. I don't go because there's no sense in three of us going. Plus, my husband, being the meat guy, he likes to inspect the meat cases. And whereby I like eating meat, I don't like to inspect the meat cases. And he gets talking to the people behind the counter and, well, we should do this, or we can do this, or you need to fill this spot in, or, you know. I don't want to be part of that, and I get frustrated because it takes them forever. It's kind of like when I talk to my sister or one of my friends, and I talk and talk and talk. Well, that's the way he is with all of his meat people. So, yeah, I've been going all that to say, other than taking the dog for a walk, which I won't be doing today, yes, I do get a little frustrated, but I have in this room, two gorgeous windows. And my daffodils and jonquils are blooming. We planted, let's see, pecan, peach, and pear tree last weekend, along with a couple of elderberry bushes and goji berry bushes, and 3 or 4 rose bushes. One of them's a climber, but I was thinking there was 3 besides that. And then I started seeds in my Arrow Grow garden. We're late starting those this year. So that we can, but we will then take them from there and put them out in the garden. I have basil, oregano, don't think I did thyme. I can't remember what stevia. I decided to do my own stevia. And then we have peppers. We didn't plant any tomatoes. We must be getting plants. And I have calendula flowers, coneflowers, and pansies that I'm all starting from seed, and I'm hoping that it won't go super, super hot out there when I plant them out there, but hopefully they will grow so they can produce and everything in time. Then we have all of our other seeds that are just waiting, but April 1st, that would be an April Fool's joke if I did that, which I should say Happy April 1st, Happy April Fool's Day. So, yeah, it was not a sunny day when we planted them, but it wasn't temperature-wise, it wasn't all that bad. So I say we planted them. I told my husband where I would like these things planted, and he planted them. It wouldn't do my back much good to be out there with the shovel, so he did the hard manual labor, and he will probably, when it comes to rhododendron, sorry. In our old house, whenever the mailman came, it would be her job to tell us. Well, in this house, Ron's job is to go out and get the mail every day, so it makes him get outside for a little bit, but she always has to announce it. I was talking about my husband, though. It will probably be his job when the rototilling time comes around, because he does like playing with his toys. So I have never got to work the rototiller. And as long as he wants to, he can do it. I will go out there and do the weeding and everything when it's time. But, and I will have Ron this year, which is good because we have 1, 2, 3 flower beds. Then we have plantings around the base of the house and the garden. And last year, by getting into the house as late as we did, I had a hard time keeping up with things. I'm hoping this year we can start off by staying on top of things, but then with Ron with us, hopefully it will help keep things up. I mean, he's not a spring chicken, but it will get him outside, and if it's sunshiny, it will make his aches and pains feel better. So anyways, oh, goodness. Oh, I know what else I wanted to tell you. I have 2 crafting book reviews that I'm going to be putting on at the end of this. So, if you don't want to see them, when I say my goodbyes, you can just click off then. But one of them is origami boxes, and the other is adorable fruits and vegetables to crochet. So I will be talking about these two books, but I'm going to film them separately because I can then put them separately on my blog, on my blogger. So, okay, you know what? Otherwise, I think that's it. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to talk to you about. We talked about the winners for this time. We talked about what the next new knit-along or craft-alongs are going to be. I think we're doing pretty good. Okay, well, I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. Even if you're trapped inside, please take a moment every day to find something that gives you blessings. Excuse me. I guess I won't be saying goodbye yet. This just came in the mail. I actually got this on eBay because I looked there. I have a price limit that I always set for myself, including shipping and handling. And if I could get things at a pretty good price, I do it. And usually I go for $10 or less, but I got 2 skeins of Felici, and this is out of production Felici, and it's called Dockside. So I'm tickled. I can have fun. That just came. My father-in-law just went out and got it and brought it into me. Anyway, so I hope you guys can have a good week. I hope you can find something that blesses you each and every day. And if you could find more than one thing, hey. When you can get out, just remember to be patient with others that are out there. Keep your social distancing. And I hope you find blessings everywhere through this week. I hope that your crafting goes well. And I hope you don't make any mistakes, but if you do, I hope they're little teeny tiny ones that are easy to be corrected. Big hugs. I love you all. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye. Hi, my name is Kim, and I have a book that I would like to review today. It's called Adorable Fruits and Vegetables to Crochet. Delicious Decorations for Your Table. So it's a nice little crafting book that I got from Dover. $14.95 if you buy it either from them or from a bookstore. But this is it just has such cute little patterns in it. I should say this is by Marie, I don't know if it's Cleese or Clessy. But let me show you a little bit of what's in here. I should say I used to crochet, but I do not crochet anymore. I have arthritis in my hands, and for some reason knitting doesn't hurt my hands, but crocheting does. So anyways, in this book you can find patterns for apples and pears. Aren't those cute? Boy. Clementines and bananas, even with the little black flower stem on it. They have lemons and half lemons, you know, because you don't always want the full lemons on there. Raspberries, blackberries, and cherries. Now, included are directions for how to make the leaves and the tops and everything. Strawberries and kiwi. Look at that. And the strawberries actually have the little seeds in them. Well, so does the kiwi, but you know, hey. Peach, apricots, and plums. Wow. I like this book. Then we go into tomatoes and eggplants. Peas and avocado half. Carrots and my favorite, leeks. Oh, I love leeks. I wish I could crochet. I would make many of these and display them. Cauliflower and radishes. Button mushrooms and pumpkins, which I do have knit patterns for a lot of these. Then after that, they tell you the materials that you need for each of them and the techniques that are needed, which include chain stitches, slip stitches, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, triple crochet. And if you don't know how to do those stitches, they do have diagrams and instructions on how to do it. Tells you how, even tells you where to insert your crochet hook. Anyways, it's wonderful. I love all these things. Tells you how to change colors, how to finish, including closing a piece and finishing the yarn invisibly, assembly, and then they have a list of their abbreviations and what they stand for. They even have some advice before starting, which include: to produce smooth work, do not tighten the stitches too much. The crochet hook should be able to pass easily through the stitches, and you should always keep the same tension in your yarn. Do not hesitate to practice making the basic stitches before starting the first design. Yeah, that's something I would recommend. Anyways, so then they give you the directions. They even give you about how long it would take probably an average crocheter to finish, and then which page the picture is on. And like the apples would take an hour. They say the pear takes 50 minutes. Clementines, 40 minutes. Bananas, an hour and 15 minutes. 30 minutes for the lemon, but 50 minutes for the half lemon. I suppose that's because you have the divisions, the sections to put in there. Raspberries and blackberries, 30 minutes. Cherries, an hour. Strawberries, 50 minutes. Kiwi half, 45 minutes. And it goes on like that. I love this book. Like I said, if I were a crocheter, I would love it. But the directions are very plain, but very clear. And like I said, any of the abbreviations are right before the instructions. And they even give you little important notes, like for the strawberries. The strawberry and the leaves are crocheted in a spiral. The stem is crocheted along the starting chain. So they give you little important notes that are at the top of the directions, and they tell you what materials you need, and I just think it's a great book. So anyways, you can find this book, Adorable Fruits and Vegetables to Crochet, either at www.doverpublications.com or at bookstores, craft stores. Yeah, I think it's a good buy, $14.95. So there you go. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye. Hi, my name is Kim, and this is my podcast where I like to review books. I have a book today I got from Dover Publishing. It's called Origami Boxes, which I think is a great idea. And this book is $9.95, which you can get this at doverpublications.com, or you might be able to find it in some craft stores and things. And what I like about this, they have lots of different patterns: trays for treats, wedding favors, flat box. Let me see if I can just find pictures of each of these things to show you. They have 2 pages with the techniques. Well, actually, they have more than 2 pages because there's 2 more pages. Then they have tray for treats. Looks like that. You don't get the treats in it. That would take a lot of fancy folding. Wedding favors. On the cover, it's this one right here. Wedding favors. I would show you inside, but I don't like to show the directions that the authors put together, which I didn't tell you the author. That's because they didn't give me one. There's probably several. Then they have a flat box that you can make. I like origami. An Arlington box. There. Ancient Japanese box. I don't want to get the directions in. That's me. I figure somebody went to a lot of work to put the drawings and the instructions and everything in here. I've written enough knitting patterns that I know there's a lot to include when you're doing this. Then they just have a box with a lid. I was noticing I was getting things in there. A fortune purse. Ariana's box. pretty. Get my little fingers around here. Then they have a page that has all the boxes on them. Then what I like, because not all the time, quite often when I get origami books, there's no paper no paper in it to practice with. I want you to see. There's that much paper in here. 200 sheets of origami paper in 20 different patterns and colors. So look at some of those. Isn't that great? I'm thinking I may make some of these to send out to my grandchildren if I can get my arthritic fingers to work right. Anyway, so this is a book, like I said, by Dover Publishing. They say it's $9.95. You can get it online at www.doverpublications.com. You might be able to find it in craft stores, bookstores, Amazon, lots of different places, Barnes & Noble. So, looks like a fun book. So I hope you enjoy it, those of you who get it. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.